Hi everyone, this is Cody Smith. Welcome to my channel, Cody Smith, Peer Support with Christ. Today I just want to talk about something that's very near and dear to my heart, which is, you know, the ultimate reason that I'm doing peer support and that I am a peer support specialist is I want to help people gain the independence and freedom that they deserve. And even though I'm focused primarily on people with disabilities because I feel we are an overlooked, underserved community, not just here in the United States, but all over the world. I'm willing to do this for everyone, and the way it would work is, at least the way I would do it, is I would talk to the person, try to get to know them, and be like, okay, what is it you want? Like, what is your ultimate goal? And maybe I would do like a thought experiment as like imagine that I suddenly had the power to reach in my pocket and give you anything and everything that you could possibly ask me for. And what and based on that, what would you ask me for? And then, you know, once they named that, I would be like, okay, well obviously I can't do that. So, how do you feel you would go about getting that item or, you know, getting whatever it is, getting from where you are now to where you want to be in the future. And, maybe I would even have them next time come to me with a list of, the steps, like a printed list of the traditional steps for going through that process of getting from where they are to where they want to be. And then we would look through them, and as we go through each step, we would figure out, okay, how is step one a problem, like giving you trouble? How, and then once we figure that out, we would try to create, their own method of getting through it that works for them. Almost like we're metaphorically going down that path and running that race from the start line to the finish line, even though we're not actually running it as fast as we can. We're going at our own pace and doing it their way, and I'm there going beside them along with the rest of their team, which we build, whether it be their family, friends, people who work in the field they want to be in, mentors, so on and so forth. And we do that, and then it's okay, as we build your team, where do you need each of us to be, and what do you need each of us to do, and I would go alongside you to help you, you know, avoid and or get out of the pitfalls, as well as, remove the stumbling blocks and get from start to finish, you know, hopefully as soon as possible, but, you know, we're moving at your own pace. So even if this path, this race normally takes a year traditionally to get through, if it takes you 2, 5, 10, I don't care. I just want you to get through it at a pace that's comfortable for you. And that is what I'm doing in my book, is showing you what I've been through in my life, you know, how I went from where I was when I was first diagnosed with my CP, my cerebral palsy, CP for short, to where I am now and what path I'm going down to get me from here to where I want to be in the future, and so on and so forth. That way you can see through my eyes what is what it's like to have a disability from someone who has experienced it externally, internally, and so on, and see that, disability is nothing more than a life circumstance, just like poverty, just like, being, you know, tall or being short or being skinny or being fat or being, you know, being an American, being British, being, from Venezuela, anything and everything is a life circumstance. Being a single mom, being a single dad, being an only child, these are all life circumstances that we did not choose and we had no say in. And it's the same with having a disability. We did not choose it or cause it or have a say in it. It just happened and we have to deal with it and we have to figure out our own ways of dealing with it that work for each one of us. And that's what I'm getting at because we have to figure out how do we individually want to get from our goal, from where we are to our ultimate goals, and then like how can we use our skills and talents and think of our own ways that work for us to help us reach those goals so that we can be independent, rely on ourselves, and then also benefit society and contribute so that we're all working together as a team and we're not being separated into different groups, whether it be based on ethnicity, disability, language, anything like that. We're all one human society because none of these factors make us any less human than anybody else. So we all deserve to be treated as equals. We all deserve to be heard because we each have a story to tell as we go throughout our lives. Our story is being experienced and by us first, and then we can tell others, even if we never physically write it down like I am. And that's what I want everyone to know. Like, your story is just as important as mine, mine is just as important as yours. What I go through is just as important as what you go through, and what you go through is just as important as what I go through. And everyone is equally, you know, worthy of being heard and seen and listened to and helped in any way that they need it. And your dreams and goals are just as valid as anyone else's. And that's what I want everyone to know. And feel free to leave questions and comments, and I will happily answer them as best I can. Please like, share, and subscribe because I really want to get a conversation going with my audience and let me know if there's anything you would like me to address in my book, and I will gladly do so. Thanks, everyone. Have a great day, and I will see you tomorrow for another video. Bye, everyone.